It's time for the Northwoods Cooking Show. Starring Uncle Roy and Miss Callie, the troublemaking dog.
Bonjour, and welcome to the Northwoods Cooking Show Special Edition. The Northwoods Cooking Show goes to Paris. Yay! And to introduce you to my fabulous international star herself, Miss Madame Callie Alice. Ooh! Come here, Callie, you got a tweet. Here, tweet. Oh, here's Madame Callie. Oh, hello, and the Paris girl herself, the princess. Oh, her shirt says Paris, France. Her little scarf says I love Paris. And of course, she's got to have a red beret. Oh, Miss Callie, the international French star herself. Oh, she'll be in the show today too. Yeah. Oh, you like those tweets? Yeah. Because today we're going to be making treats that I've learned when I was at my cooking classes in Paris, France. And today we're going to be making creme brulee, everybody's favorite dessert. It's just a pudding, a custard, with a burnt sugar crisp on top. And it's only 5 ingredients, very simple to do. And we're going to get to that today, aren't we, Callie? Oh, Madame Callie. Yeah, Madame Callie, the international star. Yeah. Yeah. So let me just change into my French chef's hat and apron that I bought over in Paris and get out of my French clothes. You like my outfit? It's very continental. I got this in Paris. We went shopping with Diane and I went shopping. Oh my God, we had so much fun shopping all the time. Oh God, it was great. Anyway, she bought me this gorgeous overcoat, sport coat. And the latest fashions in Paris this year are the patches on the elbows. Those are coming back in style again. And everything this year is grays and blacks, neutral tones. So I got on the black pants, and of course these are the slim tight jeans. You know, everything. The guys over there are so skinny. Oh my God! And everything's tight. Everything's tiny. The guys over there are really tiny. So then we got the sport coat, and I got the shirt with the cull neck. Now the guys have already, the cull necks are coming back in, or they're in, and everything's gray. And the hats, they don't wear the berets. Only the police wear them, the military police, and tourists. They're the only ones that wear the berets. Callie's a tourist. Yeah, she's an international star. But her beret's red. Yeah, very pretty. And the other thing too, if they don't have the cull necks, they'll have low-cut sweaters or fitted shirts, and then they have scarves, you know, grays and blacks, etc. And they're double wrapped, so you have 2 loops hanging down the front. It has to be 2 loops. That's just the way it is. So anyway, let me go change into my apron and hat, and we'll be right back. Is that right, Madame Callie? Yeah. Okay, welcome back. Ta-da! I got the new look. It's the French chef's hat and the French apron, the lovely French saying that says Paris, bon appetit. You're too Julia Child now. Anyway, I bought this off the streets in Paris. Yeah, they got all these vendors and stuff. And these are, you know, the tourist things to buy. But they got racks and racks and racks of just millions of different kinds of aprons and hats and everything to choose from. It's just so much to choose. It's fun though. It really is fun shopping there. And anyway, I got books and they got everything there on the streets. It's just a lot of fun. But anyway, we're going to do the creme brulee. And creme brulee is French for burnt cream. That's what it means. What it is just a custard, hot custard. And you have the sugar on top, and that's what you burn is the sugar on top. You just caramelize the top. You don't burn it black. You just caramelize it to a dark brown. And I'll show you how to do that with my little torch I bought in Paris too. This is just a cool little gadget. It's just refillable with the butane like you do your brick lighters and stuff. And you just turn her on. You get the little flames like that. You can use a settling torch if you want to. So it has the same purpose. But anyway, these are just really nice little things to have. They got things similar to this like at kitchen window and all your little gadget places. They're really fun. They're not too pricey, but some can be. So just watch what you're looking, what you're getting it for. But anyway, we're going to be making our chocolate creme brulee. So of course we got to have chocolate. Now for your chocolate, you can use any brand you want to. It doesn't matter. Oh, Madame Callie. And what you want is 65% cacao or higher. The higher you can get, the better the chocolate is, the more chocolate flavor you have. Ghirardelli is an excellent chocolate, but that is exactly at 65%. So it's, you want to buy more expensive chocolate. The more expensive the chocolate is, the higher the cacao rating is. So anything over 65 and over or higher is great. I went to Aldi, so I got cheap chocolate, but it's good chocolate. I mean, the price-wise is cheap, not the quality. And it's this is the dark chocolate I got at Aldi's, and it's 85% cacao. So this is an excellent dark chocolate. It's like almost really high. So what we're going to do is the other thing in France. Of course, if you don't remember, it's metric system. So all your recipes in France are in metric system. So everything's in grams and weight. It's, so that's what my recipes came. Even the cookbooks, everything's in grams, in metric. So I got my scale. You can get one of these too at Aldi's. They're only $10. It was real cheap. But you just push a button on the back and it goes from English units to metric units. That's it. It's very simple. So anyway, I gotta turn this on. And then when you hit the tar button, that's after that'll take and reset the weight of the bowl or any other bowl you put on there. And it just goes back to 0, and now you're ready to go weigh your chocolate. So what I want to do is just cut this up into small, tiny pieces so that it melts quicker. And this is that dark chocolate. Bitter chocolate, really bitter. But this is what's going to give it the higher flavor, the higher cacao rating. And it's excellent chocolate. Now I already took and pre-weighed this out, but you can just put the bars of chocolate into your bowl until we need 45 grams of chocolate. So however you want to go about getting it, you get it. And this is going to go into our saucepan. So let me put this into a container. And I'll just take it, and it's back to 0. If it weren't, I just hit the tar button again. And we're going to put in the saucepan, we need regular whole milk, the fat milk. Higher fat content, the better in French baking and cooking. Because the higher the fat, the better quality it's going to be and the better tasty it's going to be. It's going to be fattening, yes, but that's what they do. I don't know how they stay so skinny and small, but they use high percentage fat of butter, high percentage fat of milk, and they use tons of sugar. It's just everything. I don't know how they can stay so skinny, but they are. Of course, I think they only eat like once a day. They have huge meals. They don't eat till dinner until about 8 o'clock at night, and then they have breakfast. I think that's it. I don't think they take lunch. Americans do, but the French, they just. I don't know. That's just the way it is. So we're going to use the fat milk, and we also use heavy cream, which is very fattening. Don't use half and half. Use heavy cream, your whipping cream, liquid whipping cream. So you want that heavy fat in there. And that's going to add calories, but it's going to give you an excellent flavor. You can't. This is creme brulee. It's French. You have to use these ingredients. It's that simple. But I can tell you, the cheaper ones are getting it. So it's not expensive to make this at all. Anyway, so in the saucepan, we're going to be needing 190 grams each of whole milk and heavy cream. So let's see. It automatically went off because I'm not using it. Put the light on. Back to 0 grams. Okay, so we need 190 whole milk. Oh. A little too much, I feel. Let's lick some out. Lick some out of the bowl. And then we need to do the same for our heavy cream. And 190 of cream. Now we're going to heat this up to we're going to heat it to a simmer, which means just below the boiling point. So when it's just about to boil, or it just starts to get little bubbles around the edge, that's the time to take it off. Not when the whole thing's rolling boil, but when you start to see the little bubbles just around the edge of the pot, then it's done. And when that is done heating, then we're going to be adding our chocolate to it. So we'll be right back in just a couple minutes. Okay, our milk and cream has come to the bubbles around the edge. Now we're going to add the chocolate. Now I took during the break and increased my recipe by times 4 altogether, because one recipe is only going to make like maybe one bowl. These are mini bowls, so I quadrupled the recipe so I can get more than just one serving. Anyway, now we just take and put our chocolate into our bowl, mix this up, and we just keep stirring it until it dissolves. And then we'll take and bring it back to a boil. Well, not a boil, another simmer, just bubbles around the edges. It only takes a couple seconds and this is all dissolved. That's why you want to chop it up real fine, real tiny. Smaller the pieces, the quicker it's going to melt. And we'll take and bring this back to another simmer, which is just the bubbles around the edges now. You don't want to boil it. Oh! Madame Callie lost her hat. Oh, where's your hat? Oh, it's out here, I think. Oh. Anyway, while this is simmering now. Oh, there she goes. I like when I turn on the stove. Quadruple, how many? 4. Ooh, 16 eggs. Ooh, rich. I'm glad I stocked up on eggs on sale. Oh, there it goes. Ready. I'll let it boil. Okay, so now we need 4 egg yolks for the single batch. We need to do that times 4, so it'll be 16. And then when we get done with 16 egg yolks, I'll be right back. Okay, so that's about 16 egg yolks. Now I'm going to take and weigh them off, because what we actually want is 75 grams of yolks for 150, 300 grams for the 4 recipe. So let me just measure these, weigh these out. 150, 300 for the 4. That's it. Almost right to the gram, just about. And to this, we need 35 grams of sugar, which would be 60, 70. And 70 would be 140 grams for 4. 140, 70, yeah, 140 for 4. So I got some residue in here, so I just hit hard. And it brings it back to 0, so it doesn't matter what's in there. That's all going to go, it's all the same anyway. Just bring that to 0, and we need 140. There we go. And that goes in with the egg yolks. Now this mixture, you want to mix well. And you can pour this directly into the milk in a really slow, steady stream, which takes forever. So the quicker way that I'm going to show you is what we call tempering. And what we're going to do is mix the hot in with the cold and then warm that up and then mix it back into the hot. That way the eggs aren't going to curdle. If you pour this in there directly, it's going to just, scrambled eggs into the chocolate. And we don't want that, we want a rich cream. So, I'm going to take, and I'm just going to pour in some of this warm chocolate mixture. I'll put a couple scoops. And then we're just taking mix this together. And now we can mix this back into the hot. And this you can pour into a slow stream, but you just want to make sure that you're constantly stirring. And this is tempering the eggs. You go from the cold, add a little hot, and then pour it back into the hot. That way you don't get the scrambled eggs. And as you do this, you'll notice it thickens up really fast. Ooh, Callie, chocolate. And that's it for the creme brulee. That's all there is to it. It's very easy. Now, I got my oven on at 100 degrees Celsius, which in our terms is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the chocolate creme brulee mixture into our bowls. Now you can use any kind of size you want to, so that's going to determine how much of the batter you need to make. I quadrupled it so I can fill these cups up. I think I can get 5. I got 6, but I think I can only get 5. And what you want to do is get your oven-proof ceramic cups. You can get the little mini ones, so you could probably get 6 out of there. My mini ones are a little bit larger. I got these at the dollar store, so that you don't have to spend a fortune on them. But you can get the smaller ones, to make more. Whatever, that's all your personal preference. But what you want to do is make sure that you thoroughly spray the inside of your serving dishes. These are real cute, aren't they? Oh, real red. That's the aprons. Red, the signature color? Anyway, just heavily spray the sides and the bottom of your bowls. And I got 2 pans here because I was making a larger batch. And after you spray them, we just take and fill them up. And you want to be careful now when you put these in, because you don't want any up on the top of the sides, because you want it to look perfect. That's what they taught us in Paris. I was like, I really don't care. But they said, no, you can't have any drops anywhere on the edges or on the top of the edge of the bowl either. Because, this is Paris, France. This is what they're teaching us. You gotta be perfect. So I'm gonna see if I can divide these up into 6. I think I can. This is a lot. It really thickens up. And the longer you mix this up, this chocolate mixture here, when you slowly add the egg yolk sugar, the longer you mix it, the darker it will turn out. So I got this evenly distributed and filled them up just below the rim there. I still got a little left over here, probably not to fill another bowl, but you could probably put another bowl in, but I don't have room in my pans. So I'll let this cool down and just eat it anyway. Just as a pudding, not the creme way. I just want to make sure that I got any drips, any splashes. Make sure you move those from the edge. Because we're gonna, caramelize that sugar on top, so you don't want anything around the edge, otherwise it sticks to it and it don't look great. That looks nice. Now we're gonna need hot water. So we're gonna put these in a water bath, and then we're gonna put them into the oven. And what you wanna do is fill them up until you get at least halfway up to the sides of the custard bowls. And this is fun now as we were doing this. Like I said, we had 4 kitchenettes, there was 2 in each kitchen. So it's small classes. But I was the only American in this class, and there was people from all over the world. We had New Zealand, Australia, Japan. There was something in the Middle East. I can't remember. Lebanon, I think it was. Anyway, it was fun just to get to, and everybody speaks English. We took the English speaking course. So you get to talk to all these people in English, from all around the world. So it was quite interesting. It was really fun. Okay, so now we'll put these in the oven, and we're gonna bake these until they're set soft, not a hard. but soft, kind of like a undercooked pecan pie. It kind of jiggles. You still want to be able to jiggle it. Right now it's jiggly because it's raw, or it's not cooked. We're gonna put this down in about 25 minutes, and then after we take these out of the oven, let them cool to room temperature. Then we'll put them in the refrigerator for 10 minutes to cool completely, and then we can take and creme brulee, burn them. So we'll just let this cook now until the soft set, still slightly jiggly, but not firm, for about 25 minutes. And then we'll put them in, let them cool. So we let that bake now for 25 minutes. So now while that's baking, here's some footage of when I was in Paris, France. Enjoy! Okay, now this is our creme brulee. Now, this is all chilled for the creme, for the brulee, which is burning the cream. All you have to do is just take your sugar and you just want to sprinkle it over the top of the cream. And you just want to make sure that you get it completely covered. You don't want it on thick. Be careful so you don't overlap onto the edge of the bowl. Because we're not doing the bowl, we're doing the sugar. So just press that up to the rim and smooth it out. Now this is why your pudding, the custard, isn't very sweet at all. It's rather unsweetened because the sugar that we stirred in there was very little. This here is just covering the top. Then, you can take the little butane lighter. I got this in Paris with Diane. We were going past a cooking school, and the front window of it was a store where you could buy equipment that's unusual for the class that was being taught. And they had these little butane lighters. They had different sizes and stuff, great big ones. But I just love this little one. It's just so cute. You don't have to light a match to light the lighter either. It's all self-light. You just click, click, and there it goes. We just need to adjust the gas on. There it goes. I don't need a big flame. And then you just take and burn the sugar. So I like to do, instead of going directly down, I kind of like to do it from a side angle. That way you're not getting direct heat completely on top of it, and that burns it really easily. And you just lightly brown the sugar. And that's why the pudding isn't very sweet at all. Because we got the sugar on top here that's going to break when you dig into it. And that disperses more sugar then into your pudding. And that makes it sweeter. Basically what you're doing is melting all that sugar and turning it into caramel. And it's no longer white, you're done. And that's a creme brulee. Bon appetit. So now this is all done. When it's completely cool, it's a hard, crusty surface. The sugar has cooled. And that's how you get your creme brulee. And then when you eat it, you just dig into it and crunch, crunch, you break the sugar. So we just had so much fun making this. We hope you enjoy it too. It's the creme brulee. Madame Callie, come here. Callie, come here. Treat. I got a treat. Ready to go, 9-8. Ooh, ooh. here. Paris, oh! I love Paris in the springtime. I love Paris in the fall. I love Paris in the winter. I love Paris most of all. Yeah, don't you, Paris? Yeah, I love Paris. See, what is this week, Callie? Dear Uncle Roy, Miss Callie. I was wondering how I'm making a recipe that calls for 1 egg, and I am making this batch of cookies, and I only want half a batch. How do you make half an egg? Signed, Dan of Osseo, Minnesota. Thanks, Dan. Excuse me. Thanks, Dan. I do this all the time. It's very simple. 1 egg, a large egg, is a 1/4 cup of liquid measurement. So a 1/4 cup is 4 tablespoons. So all you need is 2 tablespoons of egg. Just take and crack open your egg, beat it up, and just measure out 2 tablespoons. That equals half an egg. That's very simple. But you just never stop to think, how do you get half an egg? You just measure the amount of liquid, cut it in half, and there you go. So I hope that answers your question, Dan. And from Madame Callie. Oh.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog. You ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Get in position. In position, Madame. Okay, get over here. Sit pretty. Oh, I love Paris. Oh. Yeah. Push you. So, for Miss Callie and myself, we want to say healthy eating, be safe, and spread the sunshine. And say au revoir, Callie. Au revoir. We hope you enjoyed our first episode of French cooking in Paris. Bye-bye.